Hey guys, this is Mama Shira with DIY Mama Tribe, where you can find DIY and craft projects that you can complete in about a nap time or so. Today I'm going to address making masks. We all know about the time that our medical professionals are going through right now with the severe lack of personal protection equipment. So right here you see me cutting out a template. I prefer to use cardboard to paper because it's just easier for me to use my rotary cutter with the fabric when I have the cardboard down. And I have one for my husband who has a big old face, and I did a different size that's more standard. Just want to shout out, give blood if you're able to. So I'm making some for my husband because he works in a hospital emergency room as a sonographer. That's someone who does ultrasound. So I just want to make sure that my family is protected, as well as some other families. I know a few other people who are maybe doing meals for the homeless, as well as just a various amount of helping things while we all try to get through this quarantine time. So this is a close-knit cotton that I have. This is honestly, guys, just a bed sheet that I had never used. I just loved it for the pattern. And so I'm cutting out, the larger size is a 9 by 11. I'm sorry, 8 by 10. I knew it was something like that. The larger size is an 8 by 10 and the smaller size is a 9 by 7. And I do have some elastic for my stash. And that's just a preview of another project that I'm going to post later of some other things I have coming up. So this was some elastic math here. Basically, I had a couple of 6 feet lengths of this 1/4 inch elastic, but that would only get me about 4.5 masks. I had this 3/8 inch elastic that would get me through 3 masks. And yeah, I quickly discovered that I was not going to have enough elastic. So guys, this is what I came up with. I have a bunch of these. These are just stretchy t-shirts, old shirts that I had. This was an embellished shirt. And what I'm going to do here is just cut some strips of it using my rotary cutter. I'm cutting about a 1-inch strip. But what I found is that because it's that stretchy material, it kind of works in the place of elastic. So if you have elastic, that's great right now. I know that there's a shortage because a lot of us are heeding the call to help out our healthcare professionals with having enough PPE, enough surgical style masks that we can make at home. But if you can't find elastic, here's another alternative. Just cut strips of an old t-shirt and stretch it until it rolls on itself and then cut it to size. So what I'm doing here is just cutting it down to, you want it to fit the length of the shorter side of whatever size mask that you're making. So I'm making some that are 7-inch lengths and some that are 8-inch lengths for the 2 different size masks that I am making. I've also heard that people are using hair ties, hair elastics in place of regular elastic. Just whatever we can do to help each other out definitely works. So I'm gonna iron out all of my cut pieces here, just so that they're nice and flat and easy to work with. I just have 2 stacks for both sizes, and I'm gonna just get through this ironing. So for these, I'm going to use the elastic that I have initially just to show you how to put it together with the elastic. But really, guys, the method is exactly the same, whether you have a stash of elastic or you're able to find some elastic online, or if you are cutting up strips of old stretchy cotton t-shirts. The method is exactly the same, but I'm going to show you using both materials. So what I'm doing is, with right sides together, I'm just going to sandwich the elastic in, one end about a 1/2 inch away from the edge, and I'm going to pin that all together, and then I'm going to arrange the other end at about the same length and sandwich that in and pin it together. And you do this for both sides, of course, because the elastic goes on both sides of the mask. And here, I just want to show you how comparable the stretchy t-shirt strip is, because you can use it the exact same way. And actually, once I made a couple of these, my husband said that he preferred the t-shirt material because it's softer around his ears. So you line it up with the fabric right sides together, and the t-shirt strip just sandwiched in there, and pin everything down. I used extra pins with this particular one because it's just not as, it rolls a little bit more than the more stable elastic, but trust me, in the end, it still works. I'm just pinning the t-shirt strip on the other side, just as I did on the first. I just want to make sure that you guys saw exactly how I did this, and that it was no different from using a strip of the 1/4 inch elastic that is really hard to find right now. Hopefully we would all have enough t-shirts to, I mean, one t-shirt would get you through quite a few masks. And then I'm gonna sew down the sides there. So I sew all around this using a 5/8 of an inch seam allowance, and I leave just a little, like a 2-inch opening, so that I can turn it inside out, or the right sides out. Cut the corners after you sew all around it. That helps you to have more pointy corners. This is me doing the exact same thing with the piece that has the elastic in it. So all around, leave a 2-inch opening and cut the corners off. And now I'm just going to turn those out and press them down. Making sure I hit all of my corners. So once this is all pressed down, whether you're using elastic or the replacement elastic, you're going to fold it in quarters. So I fold it in half and press that down, and then I fold those two halves in half again and press that down, and that's going to give you where to mark your creases, the part that makes it open and expand on the mask. I was gonna call them pin tucks, but it's not exactly that. Your pleats. So I gather up the pleats where I have pressed it down, and we're gonna pin those down and then do a top stitch all the way around all four sides of the mask. And we're gonna do this for both styles of mask, both the elastic one and the replacement elastic. Guys, I tell you, sometimes I think the hardest part is the pinning. Just trying to get all your layers down so that you can sew. And I want to take a moment to just say that I hope that you and your families are safe, that you are staying home. If you have to go out for groceries or supplies, that you have something to protect yourself. If you have disposable gloves, please throw them in the trash and not on the ground. And whoops, should pick that up to pin so you don't pin it to the ironing board. But yeah, if you need masks, hopefully this is an option for you. And that you guys are staying safe. Stay home, stay safe. Protect yourself if you go out. Wash your hands 1,000 times. So here it is, all pinned up. And I'm just gonna sew around all four sides. That's the elastic version, and I'm going to, guys, I'm like a broken record now. You know what's next. And here it is. Here's the larger one, modeled by my lovely husband. He has the one with the elastic on it. Made the larger size because clearly his face needs a little more fabric, and I wanted to get most of his beard there. And here I am with the smaller size and the t-shirt elastic that works just as well. So thank you so much for watching, guys. Please, again, stay home, stay safe, and see you next time.